Hi, this is Melanie, and along with my sister Shauna, I am half of the writing team Melanie Shawn, and I am here with this week's marketing tip of the week. Okay, so this week I'm going to show you a very cool graphic design tip that you can use, and you can use this in making your own marketing materials, in making cool looking memes to spread on social media, even for just personal things like making cool photos to put on people's Facebook walls for their birthdays and what have you. So, what I'm going to show you how to do is take cool background pattern photos like this and make words where the words are not just solid colors but they are this background pattern. And I'm going to show you how to make them so that the background is transparent and you can just have that word to put onto other photos and marketing materials. And then I'm going to show you how to contrast it against a solid color background as well, which looks really cool. So the tool that I'm using to do this is a very useful, quick, and in my opinion, under-known photo design program called Serif Photo Plus. I have the paid version. There is a free version that you can find just by Googling Serif Photo Plus free download. It'll take you right to the download page. So the first thing that I just have three random different looking backgrounds here to show you three different variations on this technique. It's all the same technique, but just three different ways that you can see how it looks different. Um, okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is over here in this program is where all your layers will be listed. So you want to right click on the background layer and say promote to layer, because then it won't just be the background, it'll be an actual layer and it's transparent behind it now, which is important. Then you're going to want to come over here to the text button. There's two things that you can choose here, the text tool or the text selection tool. We're going to use the text selection tool. Now, because this, in order to work right or look right, it has to be a somewhat thick font. Big blocky letters tend to do very well. I'm just going to put one word in here. So a word that you might see in a motivational meme or what have you would be faith. So here, let me make it big. That's good. And then we can choose a font. So let's see, something kind of big and blocky. Here we go. This is good. Okay. All right, so now you can see that that text is selected, and then all we do is we go to Image, Crop to Selection. Okay, and now you can see that only the letters FAITH are in that pattern, and behind it is transparent. If you're not super familiar with graphic design programs, the gray and white squares are the kind of universal indication of transparency. So in order to keep that, what you'd want to do is do File, Export, and you would need to export that as a PNG because JPEGs don't do transparency. PNGs are the standard format that you would use for transparency. But then once you save it like that, you can import it as a layer into any number of other photos that you're working on. Okay, now I'm going to show you how it can look very beautiful in letters that are, have some substance but are a little bit more fancy or script-like. So I'm going to first promote to layer. And of course, I do want to point out that these are just three patterns that I downloaded from Google Images for the purpose of showing this demonstration. But if you were going to actually do this and use these for anything, you'd obviously want to get them from Shutterstock or somewhere where you could actually use the images. Okay, so I'm going to type Winter Wonderland. Okay, and I'm going to make that big. Then I'm going to choose a font that's script. Okay, and I'm going to make that even bigger. Uh, 90. There we go. That's very nice. Okay, and then we just say image, crop to selection. See how pretty that is? Very, very nice. And you could see how you could use that in any number of ways in order to uh, just make it seem very beautiful and designed. So now the next thing that we're going to do is just, okay, promote to layer. I'm going to show you how, if you want to contrast this against a background, like say this, I think would look really great against a black background. So I'm going to use the word faith again. Look for a nice solid. Okay, here, let's use that. That's great. Okay, so now image. Oh, because I had not actually selected. There we go. Crop to selection. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the color selection black. I'm going to change the canvas size so it's a little bit bigger. I'm going to give it some space around the actual words so that there's a nice contrast. So, okay, and then I'm going to click on the fill and fill in the blank spots with black there. And you can see how that's kind of stunning looking. Okay, so hopefully this is a tool or a process that you will find useful in your marketing efforts, or just as a cool thing to know how to do and kind of have it in your back pocket. Again, I am Melanie, who along with my sister Shauna is the writing team of Melanie Shawn, and this has been this week's Just the Tip.